7. Alec Regula was placed on waivers, was coming back from an injury, but claimed by the Edmonton Oilers. So no more Alec Regula in Providence. Leaves the Bruins a little thin at right shot D in the minors in case of injury. So what happens there?
Yeah, they are. They are. They're a little thin.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little thin. And everybody kept talking about lefty, and they went out and addressed it with Lindholm and then Zadorov now. And Wotherspoon plays lefty, but they don't really have a righty.
No, their righty is thin.
So he was one of your guys back there for that, and because he's played NHL games. I think he has 22 NHL games in his career.
Yeah.
So he's played a little bit of time in the NHL. I would rather have a legitimate right-handed defenseman than a guy that's a left shot that keeps switching over there. That never really works.
No.
Switching Wotherspoon over there, or like
you shouldn't have to put yourself in that position.
No, that's what I mean. It never really works. Now, could the Bruins have done anything to prevent this? Not really, unless they carried him on the NHL roster as an 8th D or whatever, and then you're into eating up a little salary cap space that you probably need to really save if you want to make any kind of move at the deadline. So Sweeney kind of put himself in a bad spot with this.
Yeah. I mean, he has.
They're short a forward. They don't have cap space. They're short on right D, and the guy comes back from being hurt. You have to pass him through because you can't carry him on the NHL club, or you're going to lose more cap space.
Yeah.
So you lose the player instead.
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
and they sent him through waivers, and I bet you Sweeney thought he'd get through, and he didn't.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah. He thought he'd get through, and he didn't. So,
but I read in the story today that a lot of teams are looking for right shot defensemen, depth defensemen.
Lo and behold.
Yeah. Why, Mr. Harvard educated man, Sweens, did you not think that a right shot defenseman with NHL experience would get through waivers? Why would you think that?
I don't know. I'm at a loss for words on that one. But
to me, it's maybe you send Wotherspoon down and you keep Regula as the extra defenseman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
If you're worried about that, he wasn't worried about it. But then they lost the player, so they
lost the player. Yeah, and that's not good. And then Mason Lohrei has reached the 70 game threshold.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he had 70 goals, but he is now not. He has to go through waivers if sent down ever, which he probably won't be. But you can't even make a transactional move with Mason right now, because you can't send him through waivers without getting claimed. So,
yeah, I mean he'll be on the team. I mean
he'll be on the team. Yeah, he'll be on the team.
But speaking of defensemen, do you think some of their defensive issues of late? And we haven't really talked about this, and I wanted to make it a chirp, but we already had them all filled out. Do they miss Hampus Lindholm?
They do. They miss Hampus Lindholm.
Probably playing the best.
He plays 24, 25 minutes a game.
Yeah,
he plays a lot of ice.
He plays defensive zone starts and all that. They miss him.
They miss him big time.
Quite a bit.
He's we say what we do about Hampus. He's a good player, and he plays a lot of minutes. And they've missed him big time because now Lohrei has to play more, and Wotherspoon and every other fucking guy, whatever it is.
Jordan Osterley's in there now.
He's in there now, and Osterley's been adequate. He's been fine. I mean, against Winnipeg, he was even in 21 minutes of time in an 8-1 game. Is difficult to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean But Lindholm, yes. And Lindholm was arguably, their best player from the beginning of the season until he got hurt. He was in the discussion.
Yeah,
as their top all-around player. And they lost him. So yes, that's a big loss that no one really seems to talk about.
No.
So that's a great point. And hopefully he comes back soon. But and then it's going to take some time for him to get accustomed to
Yeah,
the
he's
NHL
I mean,
game and everything. He's not
even
going to hop
skating
on
yet.
and play 25 minutes and be great.
No, he's
So
not even skating yet.
no, he's not skating yet. So, but it is a good point. Like they miss him big time, like big time, and
Especially against the good teams, I feel like.
yeah. I mean, they could really use Hampus Lindholm.
Yeah, this road trip's certainly going to be a test for them.
Yeah, absolutely.